Re:Zero is a series that is actually kind of turning into a very interesting pleasure of mine because to sort of break these first, I guess, 3 episodes down, because the first episode is broken into 2 parts, part A and part B. And I will be fair, I know that this is a time-based series because, of course, it is kind of odd and they don't necessarily explain how the main character got there, because he kind of just left the convenience store, blinked his eyes, and then was in this brand new world. So that is something that I'm kind of wondering about. But the first episode is him hanging around this half-elf girl and shit, because of course he runs into he keeps running into like these same people over and over and over and over and over again. Of him dealing with the apple vendor, of him dealing with these same crooks and stuff like that, the same thief that keeps running by him, the same elf girl and stuff like that. If anything, it's sort of like he keeps replaying this day, or actually it is him replaying the day, but like he just never fucking like realizes it. And the first time it did get pretty annoying until he found out, like, I think somewhere around the 2nd episode. No, wait, he realized, yeah, halfway throughout the 2nd episode, he did find out, but like the first 2 episodes, like episode 1A and B, A is pretty straightforward. A guy is in his world, he's trying to figure it out, and he's a kind-hearted spirit, and he's trying to help the elf girl out. Well, Stelia, he's trying to help her out. Well, the main character's name is also Subaru, I believe. But he's trying to do whatever he can to help her get her emblem back. However, first time he does that, he gets killed by somebody, resets the day, and then has to do it all over again. However, this time he doesn't fucking realize that these people, that they don't have any memory of him anymore, because whatever he gained, like he knew them like the previous day, all that shit is gone. So now he has to start over from scratch. Problem is, the first time he does it, or at least the first 3 times he does this, he believes that they all still know him, and they fucking don't. So pretty much the question is, like, okay, so what's gonna happen now? Well, 2nd day, he actually goes and talks to the owner of the weapon shop in which that they're doing the bargainings and shit like that, and gets murdered. Terrible. 3rd time he comes back, runs into those gang again, gets murdered again. Comes back the 4th time, and of course he gets everything to work out fine. This time with the guards and stuff like that, and even gets a knight involved. But at the same time, though, he's still a little bit more risky and rash now, because he's like, well, fuck. It's like, I know what's going to happen. I have to get this item and get the fuck out of here. But this pretty much like is the first 2 episodes in a whole, because pretty much like what happens in this series is enough to actually come off pretty. It does tickle your fancy, because it is a very like it is a very interesting anime world, so that is something that I will say. But I probably should get into a little bit more depth about like what in the fuck is going on in the second episode, because there is another thing that I would like to talk about. I don't want to make this 5 minutes, but I'll see you next time on the next Jongravesshow. Please keep watching anime, keep playing video games. I'm out.